Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen wa salatu wa salamu ala Muhammadin Sayyidil Muslimin wa ala alihi ajma'in. Alhamdulillah, I had the pleasure to had 4 events in 4 countries within a month, Alhamdulillah. And there were actually a few events in the US, which was my first trip last month. We have had several events in New York, including New Jersey, and then later on in Texas, Dallas, and Houston. After that, I came to Pakistan, where we had an event in Karachi. And then after a few days, I went back to Bahrain, and there was another event in Bahrain, and finally came back in Malaysia to attend one of the biggest Islamic finance events of the year. So in this video, I wanted to share my experience briefly of these 4 different jurisdictions. See, when we talk about the modern Islamic finance industry, the history is not more than 100 years, but it's less than 100 years. We saw Islamic Development Bank started in 1975, followed by the institutionalization of Islamic financial institutions, Islamic banks in different countries. Until today, after almost 50 years or so, we have different phases of Islamic finance in different jurisdictions, different regions. Often when we don't understand this context, we feel that my country or my jurisdiction is not doing the best, which is right, which is a good feeling to insist that we do even better. But if it's a negative energy that we are putting into it, that makes us, fall behind the desired growth that we are supposed to have, then this is something that we should not have. That's what I wanted to share in this video. So let me start with the trip in the US. How I found US, we had a number of halaqas in different masajid in New York, in New Jersey, in Dallas, and finally in Houston I attended the North American Conference in Islamic Finance, NASIF, which hosted the second year of this conference this year. What I found in the US is people are struggling with the basics of Islamic finance. We don't have Islamic banks there, other than few small ones or few small windows. They are just about to start or just started. We don't have Islamic insurance or takaful there. We don't have many other formal Islamic financial institutions. In terms of regulations as well, a lot of discrepancies and challenges people are facing there. So what happened is, when we talk about Islamic finance in the entire North America, people think about Islamic house financing most. When we went to the halaqas, we gave an introductory discussion and session on what Islamic finance is all about, what Islam says about halal earning and this and that. The questions we received were very basics. For example, is insurance halal or not? Is conventional banking halal or not? The credit cards that we use, are these okay? Can we use the 401k retirement plans? Different retirement plans there are. What about the Islamic house financing providers? Are they really providing halal, or is this paperwork? These kind of questions we have faced there, we have received from the community. Even in the conference, in the North American Conference Islamic Finance, the papers that were presented are still more on building the infrastructure in these regions. Now fast forward, when I came to Karachi in Pakistan to attend the Sharia Majlis, Global Sharia Majlis, which was organized by Standard Chartered Sadiq. In Pakistan, the discussion is completely different. Why is it so? Because there has been a recent parliamentary decision to transform the entire financial industry into Islamic finance industry by January 1, 2028. Meaning that by 31st December 2027, all the banks and financial institutions must become Islamic. So the discussion in the panels, the discussion in the by the keynote speakers and everyone is centric around this, that how we can make the transformation more smooth, what are the challenges we have, what are the legal barriers, operational challenges, what are the capacity that we need to build, people that we need, and this and that. Then when I went to Bahrain, it was an event organized by AYUFI together with ISDB. As we know, Bahrain is the home country for AYUFI, Accounting and Auditing Organization for Islamic Financial Institutions, which we can definitely consider a big blessing for the Ummah around this time, alhamdulillah, that they started initiating and standards on Sharia, ethics, governance, accounts, and audit for Islamic financial institutions. And Bahrain is the home country for them. So the discussion in Bahrain is completely a different one. Then when I came to Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia to attend and speak and share a stage for Kuala Lumpur Islamic Finance Forum, CLIF, which is one of the biggest Islamic finance events in Malaysia throughout the year. And as we know that Malaysia is way ahead in terms of global Islamic finance industry in many indicators, in terms of education, training, awareness, in terms of sukuk and many others. So the discussion here is even more mature. So here we discuss about sustainability, about maqasid sharia, how can the financial intermediation bring more values to the industry, this and that. In summary, the message that I wanted to give the audience in this video is that Islamic finance is going through different phases in different countries and regions. What we need to do in whatever country I belong in, whatever community that I belong to, as long as I'm Muslim, we must first need to understand and appreciate that Islamic finance is not a choice. Islamic earning or halal earning is not a choice, it's an obligation that we all must try to achieve in whatever ways we can do, inshallah, right? And for that to get, we must put all our energy, time and efforts, our resources, so that we can contribute to the advancement of this industry, so that everyone in our community can earn halal, they can do halal financing, they can obtain halal financing when they need, they can enter into halal investments, they should have that options available, just like we have halal food and halal fashion and halal cosmetics and all these different types of halal industry. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us tawfiq, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give impactful growth to the Islamic finance industry so that the industry can address real problems that we face for the Ummah in different countries and jurisdictions. With that, I completely finished this video. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.